The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, fellas. James, good morning. Stephen, Jacques. She ain't pretty this morning, fellas. Guys, very good morning. Jim, good morning. Guys, futures markets right now are getting blitzed. And we will probably continue to get blitzed into next week, I would think. I'll show you guys. We're into some daily support. We've been here a few times. Patrick, good morning. We keep bouncing out of this zone, but 3,200 net sellers in the NASDAQ overnight is not attractive. 8,500 in the ES. I would think volume is a little higher than, I have not looked at volume yet. Currently, Dow futures are down 481. We're already down 481. Yesterday we were down 222. We're down 484 now. S&P futures are off 50 handles. NASDAQ is off 142. And the Russell is off 30. Russell and Dow are leading it, both down almost 2%. VIX futures up 6, almost 7% at 33.47. VIX cash up 10 1/3% at 36.85. DAX is down 319. DAX is down 2 and almost 0.7%. Gold is also getting, everything's getting hit, guys. They're selling everything at the moment. Gold is down $22 at 18.90. I think gold's target has to be somewhere around. Cotty, good morning. I think gold's target has to be somewhere down near 1850, maybe as low as 1800. Crude is down almost 5%, 4 7/10%, down $1.87 at 37.70. Natural gas is down 1%, but not much, 32.77. I mean, I'm looking at a sea of red. Copper's down over 1%. Coffee's down over 1%. Cotton's down 0.6%. Cocoa's off almost 5%. I don't see anything green, which is fine. FTSE's down, CAC's down, NKD's down, Hang Seng's down, Nifty 50's down. Everything's down. There's nothing green. I don't see any green today. Chuck, good morning. In any event, guys, we're here. We trade what we see, whether it's long or shorts. I will say one thing I have noticed. The afternoons, if you guys are paying attention to Skype, the afternoons, even in yesterday's down market, we've had some pretty nice bounces, but those are later in the day. Currently, I have, good morning, Donna. Currently, I have my silver bot on, but it is well into a short. It is, oversold. There may be a bounce in silver, but silver $21, $22, I think, is where we're headed. What it looks like. I have my gold on. Gold has 4,700 net sellers. There's no buyers anywhere. YM, another 1,100 sellers. The hourly on the YM has been down for so long, I don't remember the last time it was green. Natural gas just got a bid. Crude. Let me take a look at crude. Crude just bounced once. Crude is bouncing. If we can get through 81, we could trade back to 38.10. Maybe 82. We can go back all the way up close to VWAP. I think this is where we're going to find on crude the biggest issue. 38.10. Right there. Well, we're here. What is crude, Patrick? I think crude will bounce in here, but it is inventory day. So, guys, looking at the bots currently, I'm sure you guys are all looking at yours. We are down in every. Good morning, Chris. We are down in everything. Euro is in shorts. It's already hit all targets. NASDAQ's in shorts, hit targets. Silver's hit targets. Gold's hit targets. Most of this. So here's the deal. Do I think it's because they think Biden will win? That's David's question. No, I don't think it's that so much as there's no stimulus in the near term. That's for starters. And I think whoever wins the election, it'll probably be contested. I think that's a bigger issue than a Biden win. In my opinion, this is an opinion. I don't think. Well, yeah, we have sound, Caleb. Guys, can you hear me okay? I think you can. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, so here's what I think about a Biden win. I think Trump has all but won Florida already. And I think he's all but won Ohio. If he gets Michigan or Wisconsin, it's done. He needs one of those two. So I know that about 6 weeks ago, Wall Street was factoring in a blue wave across the board, Democratic win. And there was a huge reflation trade. That's no longer the case. So I think this is more related to the uncertainty of a contested election and or no stimulus. The markets were kind of chugging around sideways to slightly up to slightly down, waiting on a stimulus package, which is obviously not coming before the election. And I think this is a reflection of that. Boeing reported today they beat. I know I saw Boeing. Yeah, here it is. They lost $1.39 a share versus $2.33 expected on $14.1 billion in revenue versus 13.8. But they are cutting 11,000 jobs by the end of 2021. So they say. But in any event, that's going to drag the Dow. Job cuts aren't good, but it'll make the bottom line look better. We've all seen that. 2008, 2009, everybody was laying people off. So I have my gold on, fellas. I do have gold on. We're not going to get a trade. NASDAQ, ES, YM. This may be a very slow and quiet bot day. Everything started selling at 3 a.m. I mean, if you look at, for instance, gold. $3.30 this morning. It's been in the short since Europe. NASDAQ doesn't look much different. ES doesn't, here's the, my ES chart on the 15-minute. 3:15, ES started selling, 3:15 a.m. NASDAQ, fellas, looks like we're headed down to 32 from here. Below that, 414, and then 385 is what it looks like. Let me quickly read the disclaimer. U.S. government required disclaimer: futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Remember as well, past performance, guys, is not indicative of future results. Mark, good morning. Good morning. How's the hunting? Right. 2:30 your time, I think. You're central. So just after the European Open. That's still going. I mean, you'd still be your short entry was 0.76. If you were trailing, you'd be down to 93, $14. And you asked me about which, the other one I think you asked me about, ES. Same thing on ES. ES shorted at 3:15 Eastern, so 2:15 your time. And all three targets hit. It does not look good. I need a bounce, fellas. I'm all for shorts, but not on the bottoms. Gold is trying to push up. I think gold is going to go to that 92.3. It's going to have to get through 89.2. Fellas, I have diddly. Just nothing. I know we have crude inventory. Let me just see if we might have anything else at 8:30. No. Preliminary wholesale inventory, nothing. Hi. I'm waiting on a bounce, fellas. Got to get a bounce somewhere. Natural gas, quiet. Crude is quiet. This is where gold may get a pop here. Come on, gold. Unless we're going to dump right to 74. $377 tick went long. Guys, it is due for a bounce. I mean, for God's sake, it's got to bounce. Nothing goes straight down. I'm not giving this much. I surely am not letting this come to a stop out. Again, it's a very small time frame chart, 377 ticks. And we are due for a bounce, but 81.2 looks like it's going to be a problem because of the 34 moving average, 81.3. We might get that first target. Come on, we got another candle. There we go. There's where it stopped, 81.2, 81.3. See it? You may hit target, didn't fill. Hit target, did not fill. I moved that. I can see we may get through this 34. Nasdaq's getting a bit of a bounce. Look at this. We're going to second target.
Order submitted. Target filled.
Got both targets, fellas, on the bounce. Okay, first trade. It's a winner. Nasdaq is an interesting long, maybe right here, 07. If we can get above this 9, we pop. Above 09, it pops. Right here. Come on, dog. Pop 09. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, tried. Oh, you stink face. Got to 10, 11. Come on, NASDAQ. What are you going to do? Even gold is turning up. Come on. 2 more candles and we go. There's just no buyers, guys. Small buyers in here. Come on. New candle. Yeah, I took it, Tony. I'm out. I've already got my targets and out on 377. That's what we were waiting for, was the bounce. Everything has to bounce. If they're going to continue this down move, they're going to have to find some kind of bounce. NASDAQ is trying to turn up, fellas. I mean, we're way oversold on everything. Gold, NASDAQ, ES, everything is oversold. Doesn't mean we can't stay oversold. Yeah, we just can't pull up. We're just not going to pull up. We're still way oversold on this NASDAQ. It needs a bounce. Well, there's my 85 target, fellas. I don't have one, so I don't know. Oh, yeah, I do. You're short. Short, you are. Yeah. I just don't have it on. I would be using the bigger trends, Chuck, the 1 in 3 minutes, which is predominantly going to keep you in shorts until that trend changes. I don't think you want the 15, the small time frame moves, because you're going to get ripped a lot on the longs. Yep. Derek. Small bounce in the YM. Small bounce in the ES. Crude is hanging in there. If gold can get above 82.8, we could retrace back into maybe 86 where it should fail. I don't think it's going to make it back to VWAP. All right, fellas, it's 9 o'clock coming up here. I'll take my breakfast break momentarily. Natural gas is short. Natural gas is a short. Gas is going to come down, fellas. It just has to drop below 89. And you can target probably 65, 66, 67. Here goes the NASDAQ now. All right, fellas, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. $15. 15 seconds, guys. We're off. Come on, let's bounce. Should get to 17. Yeah, got 17. Not before it pulled back a little bit, but 17. And still going. ES is trying to turn up as well. NASDAQ can trade back to 47. Gold is also trying to turn up. 3-minute is stiffing it. But if it can get through resistance about 82, gold can turn straight up. Dollar is finally pulling back a bit. That was the extent of our pullback, huh? I'm just watching, guys. We've got a swing low down at 38 to 40 area on the NASDAQ. There's a swing low down there. YM got a nice bid. I wasn't watching YM. YM can trade back to 920. YM looks long to 920. I'd be way late on the trade. I should have been long at about 800, 26.8, 805. It looks like 920 is where YM wants to go. ES is trying. Gold and silver, nothing. If you guys want to trade the 15 range, it just took a really nice short 15 range using the 1 and 3 minute filters. You can try that. I would not use the 5 and 10 range. Here it is. The bigger time frames are not going to take any trades, guys. Gold is still trying to turn up, it looks like. Anybody long the YM? I would have been way late at that 45, but it's still going. I think it can get to 27 and change. All right, got a short on the NASDAQ. Come on. First target filled. Let's see if I can get second target or third target. First target filled on the 15 range. Hit second target to the tick. Should get third target. There you go. Whoop, you dog. Couple ticks shy. Should get it. Come on. Oh, got it. Got it. All 3 targets filled. That's on the 15 range, guys, using the 1 and 3 minute filter. I would trade within that trend, which is clearly down, and I would disregard any bounces on the small time frame. Nice job. All right, couple of trades. Puts us up 1250. Winning trade on the NASDAQ. Nice winning trade there on the 15 range. I shut it off. I have shut the 15 range off. Unless we get a fairly decent pullback. I don't want to keep playing with the bottom. Look at this YM. You little stinker. NASDAQ is going long. Come on, NASDAQ bounce. Let's go, NASDAQ. Go get you some. Let's follow the YM. Well, double topped at 80. Double topped at 80. NASDAQ's got to get through 80. I have shut my 15 range down. NASDAQ gets through 80, it can go. It's just struggling at that 80 area. Yeah, can't get through 80. Natural gas has been a decent trade. Gold is hanging around. Natural gas is the trade. Another big winner on the 15 range, Chuck, if you're still trading it. Nice trade. Nice job, Chuck. Gold has gone extremely quiet. My opinion, I think the election's going to be contested regardless of who wins. And I think that the markets are going to be a mess. Until that's settled. Jeez, YM went a mile further than my target. YM can pull back to 885 if it breaks 25. It's a good point, Steve. Let me take a look at CL. Anybody short? Anybody short YM at 25? CL. Anybody take the YM short? I said if it breaks 25, it's coming down to 87. CL, yeah, it was a long. It could still go. Could go all the way up to 80. This is not a trade I want on this Unorenco. Natural gas is hanging in there on the 15-minute. Crude could bid to 37.80. NASDAQ looks like it's trying. Crude can go to 80, 75 to 80. It's at 58 now. Oh, NASDAQ cannot get out of its own way. YM was a great trade, fellas. Another great trade. The long worked. The short below 25. Gold is trying to turn up. Getting a pullback in the dollar index, and gold just can't find any buyers, guys. 6,600 sellers. It gets small pockets. Well, I think we're coming to 10,800. Bank of Canada rate decision. They're not going to raise rates. I think it's a matter of time before we break 300. Guys, if ES breaks below 12, it's going to get punished. I think it's 12. Hang on. Yeah, below 12, ES is going to get punished. Okay. Just higher time frames. Here is the natural gas, still working. Watch ES, guys. If it blows 12, it's going to get smashed. Below 12, my target would be 1, maybe 2. I don't use 1, Rich. 20. I generally don't pay much attention to order flow on the YM. I don't trade it a ton. And we're below 300 now. Well, natural gas, the oddballs are doing their job. We got to break 12 half, guys. I may not have any then, David. I haven't traded it in a long, long time. I don't pay attention to it in the summer months. On the bot. Oh, it's just a 15-minute. It's the same 15-minute settings. Come on, break here, 12 half. Let's go. Break 12 half. Come on, buddy. Break it. There we go. We should be good to at least, I would think, 0102. Come on. Sell it off, NASDAQ. ES, sell it off. Look at this stinker. Gold is breaking 76 on the downside. Yeah, that 15 range, you could be killing it using the 1 and 3 minute settings. It's just taking all shorts. I mean, the shorts, man, this was a nice trade. It's pulling back. Anybody short ES? Anybody short ES? Trade them as you see fit, but okay, Jerry. I think we're going to work down to 3,300. Trade them as you see fit, though, fellas. Come on, ES, press. The CS is trying to die. I don't want to see it come back above probably 12, half 13. NASDAQ's bouncing. Your 377 is going to go long again on gold. I'm not taking it. I'm taking no more 377 tick trades. I'm going to move this natural gas, guys. All right, 30 minutes into it, we're slowing down. We're not getting any bounces anywhere. I still think that ES is going to blow the bottom. Anybody that's holding ES. Any retracements, they're going to just slaughter it. NASDAQ's back over 300. Let me adjust the chart. So up 21.20 since 8:30. Yeah, I mean, that's why, I tell you guys, I don't think it's worth running bots at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Gold, maybe. But, that's a dead period. European Open. If you're going to do it, it's 3 a.m. ES is starting to bid a bit. It isn't going anywhere, fellas. It could go back to 18. If this thing goes up to back to 23.50, it'll just get annihilated. Yeah, for an exercise, why not in sim? Here comes the ES back down. Come on, buddy. They're trying to hold it in this small infinitesimal area. They can't. Here comes the Crable break, which is your 30-minute opening range low. It's going to break this Crable. As soon as it hits that low, which probably is the low of the day, I'm not looking at a DOM. It's going to hit the skids. There it goes. Come on, ES. Down to 98. Let's go. 3,300 better give it some support. First target, guys, is about 0102. Those of you that are short 12 half. Always as you see fit, but 0102. Natural gas is still working on that 15-minute in the long. We do have crude inventory in 27 minutes. Gold may try to pop up here at 77.1, 77.2. I mean, these are tricky trades. There's not many buyers, but it needs a retracement. Natural gas should make it to maybe 25 area. I don't know if it'll have to break out. There goes your GC. Anybody take the GC long? Target is 80. Target is 80. Anybody take gold long? It's an order flow trade. You got 10 ticks in it. Like to see that dollar drop down to VWAP anyways. And there's your target on ES 1-2 area. There you go. You got 10 handles in it, guys. $500 a contract. It's an order flow trade. That's your first target, 1-2. Thank you, Jerry. I think we hit 2. We hit 0175. So that's the area for a first target, 1-2. Now, if you're running runners, they are freebies. And this thing, I mean, ES, you could see 75. May bounce, but Final Nation is going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Ten handles, guys. Not a bad little trade. 10 handles. It's a nice ES trade. Natural gas has to pop above 16 and 19 right here. 17, 18. It's got to get above 19, call it. So we've had a few trades, fellas, on the bots. We're not going to get we're not going to get a trade on silver. I mean, there would have to be a reason for the dollar index to puke. We're not going to get we're not going to get anything today on gold on the 3-minute or certainly the 15-minute. The only thing that will trade today fairly actively, other than order flow trades on the bots, is going to be that 15 range. And I would, 200 tick range in the NASDAQ, I would trade judiciously. It's fairly stiff. Nowhere near as bad as we've seen. We've seen it a lot higher, but 200 ticks is a lot of ticks. I mean, gold to me still looks like it's trying. Largely the NASDAQ show, guys, up and down, up and down, up and down. George, what I would do is I just did one this past Saturday, right? And it's a recorded session. So anybody that may join this week, I'll send them the recording. And then if there's questions, of course, you can call me, but I'll just send you the recording from last week. I actually should put that recording in the member area. Although the first part of wherever it closes today, we're going to get a short. Whatever the close is, it's going to short. Last trade we had was a long on October 2nd. It went 481 handles. Before that, we had a short September 10th that went 496. So if you guys are, position traders, you may be interested in those. And look at the ES. Uh-oh. It's coming down to 90. coming down to 90. You may get a retracement to 04, possibly back to 12. Whenever we get a retracement again, if we can get it, we got to get a push back up. I don't want to be selling bottoms. So I killed that natural gas trade, fellas. You know, and again, operator error. Here's that natural gas. Long at 06. First target is at, looks like 30. It is. It's at 20 now. Just trying to protect, you know, green. "30-minute chart is brutal. Here is a 15-minute. I mean, there's not even a semblance of a bounce. This is the support all the way down to one. We're coming down to this 175 area. We're coming to 10.8 is what it looks like. Here it is on a 30-minute. And this goes back to October. We've taken that swing, which was the daily swing low at that 40, 38, 40 area. Here's a 60-minute. Dow is down 7 bingos. Guys, that short that I gave earlier was on the Dow would have been enormous. The short on the ES doing its job. It's coming down to 88 now from 12.5 if anybody has got a runner going. You got 20 handles in it. $1,000 runner here, fellas. Anybody still holding the ES? Anybody holding ES? Okay, James. Nice, James. James, have you gone over 200 yet since you've been a member? Nice job, Gary. That's the nice thing about the bots. You may miss a trade. I mean, this onslaught started at 3 a.m., but you know what? You're not going to overtrade. There goes crude. There it goes. First target is 40. Pulled back about 20 ticks. It's going to 40 and then potentially up from there. Come on, dog. Final target would be 75 if it can get through 41, 42 on crude. If anybody is interested in crude. We're getting a pullback. I'd like to get somewhere near 280. Anybody long crude? It was a miss on oil, but a beat on both gasoline and distillate. So I think that's what's playing out here. 40 was my first target anyways. It hit 40. Okay, Chad. You got your first target. Now I think we got a shot if we can push up through about 50. I think we can get to between 70 and 80. But my first target is off. Natural gas looks like it wants to short down to 280. All right, NASDAQ. Let me get rid of crude. YM is long. NASDAQ is long. You guys want to try it with micros? Small. We're getting a bounce. You guys can try a small long. I mean, we got a shot at going back all the way up to 312. There we go. Doesn't want to go far. Come on. Push it up 5 minute. Let's go. 58. Come on. Guys, the momentum is trying to turn up on the NASDAQ. It turned up on the small 15 range down here at 1031. There it goes. If anybody take that NASDAQ long? We can get back to 11,300. Anybody interested in that NASDAQ long? We should try to push back up at least to 280. If NASDAQ can get above 80, let's see here, maybe 75, 77 area. Let me see exactly. 78 area. 300 is going to get hit. I mean, there's a long in here, guys. If you're trading multiples, I would think about scalping. If you're in at 52, 3, 4, 5, I might take a chunk off around 61, 60, 61. And then if you get it on the runners, great. But there were 450 buyers in the last candle. There's 130 currently. It's got to push up through that swing right there at 63. Come on, you rat bag. Let's go. YM looks like it's trying too. YM's going. YM's also along. YM's got to push up through 655. YM's along as well. Maybe back to 715. Come on, YM. Natural gas is coming down if anybody took that short. Got to get through 52 on the YM. 52. 53. That's what's got to push. All this is an oversold bounce. Way oversold bounce. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's go. There we go. Get through 63. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Let's go, Bobby Boucher. Come on, buddy. Guys may want to consider taking some risk off here. It's your prerogative and trying to get it on the runner. Our 34 is flat, but trending up. I still like the YM if it gets through that 52, 53 zone. We've had 449, 115, and now 200 buyers in consecutive candles. Anybody short natural gas? Did anybody short gas? Is there anybody still long crude? Crude. My target was 70 to 80 area on CL. You're at 64 from 30. Is there anybody long crude or short gas? My target on gas was 280. It's almost there. Let's call it 281 on natural gas. 281. Crude between 70 and 80 is final target. It's 34 ticks on that trade, guys. ES maybe, let me look at ES. Maybe Pukage again. Nope. ES is trying to bid up a little bit too. It cannot get, I don't think, above 3,300. Hang on, fellas. Come on, NASDAQ. What time do we have? 10:40. German somebody ministry enacting a warning to Turkey effective November 9th. I have no idea. I missed. It's not here. So we are 34% above our 3-month average daily volume today. So we have volume in this down move today. ES is moving back up into an area where it should roll. I don't think it can get much above 97, 98. I have never been there, Magnus. I've never been to Turkey. What's the travel ban? Do you know? Anybody know what that was about? I missed the first part of it. Gold doesn't want to do much. YM is still hanging in there. NASDAQ is still hanging in there. The Prime Minister of Turkey said the French president should have a test for his brain. And now Germany is adding. Okay. I mean, I find Macron to be kind of a, let's just say I think he's on par with the Canadian Trudeau. Well, they've had that for years, especially in Paris. In fact, one of my members is from France and no longer lives there. He actually came to see me, and he told me year and a half ago he won't even go back. This Nasdaq's still trying, guys. It's still trying to push up. If anybody is holding it, it is trying to push up off the bottom. This can get back to 300. Whether it does or not, I mean, that would be a target. It's trying. It should make 75, I would think, anyways, to 80. Most of my bots, fellas, are off. We're not getting any trades. I mean, there's just no. Again, for my trials, are you long, Steve? I think it's going. For my trials, again, guys, the bots are quiet, but let me ask you a question, right? What's our goal every day? Our goal every day is to make money. That's the goal. That's the only goal. Yeah, I think it's going, Steve. I favor the longs down here, but and the bots are currently up 1,290 on 3 trades. I don't count order flow trades. I'm still watching this YM down here on the bottom at 570 area. YM is moved into oversold as well. President Trump, I think, is what they said, telling the WTO they do not support Nigeria's next president. German foreign minister extends partial travel warning for Turkey to whole of country beginning November 9th. I'm sure the U.S. will follow suit. Target hit on natural gas on the short side, 81. I think they're going to cash, Magnus. They're not buying bonds. I think I think that it's all going into cash. You guys that are still short the ES, or if anybody is still holding ES at 1250, you guys have a beast. Crude got to 71, so it hit my target in that 70 to 80 zone. Crude is probably a short now. Yeah, I'm a little bit late. I could have been short 40. Any buyers the NASDAQ finds is short-lived. YM's trying to bounce as well. Gold got all three targets if anybody took that last 377 tick. Mine's off. I'm off. See if the NASDAQ can get down below 04. I mean, if it comes down again below this whole number, it's trying to hold on in here, but I just don't think so. I mean, we are so oversold, and we just cannot, we can't even get a semblance of a real bounce to really whack at this thing again. Yeah, it just will not. I mean, it's holding small support here now at 11. It's we're just kind of sideways in here to lower. Yeah, I mean, eventually this thing is going to reverse, and again, it's been happening every day around 1 o'clock. We've been getting fairly strong reversals, but I think this has to come to 72 first. And here comes. It's trying to break down. Excuse me. We are monstrously oversold. Damn, I missed a nice short on CL. CL is probably headed down back to 37.12. I missed a nice short at 45 on CL, maybe 43. Merkel reaching agreement with other leaders for a partial lockdown in Germany. ES is trying to turn up into that back into that resistance zone around 90 to 9. What tab? Atlanta Fed GDP raises Q3 GDP to 37 from 36.2. That could be what this bounce is about. You see how furious this bounce was off of that O2 bottom? Furious. Unfinished auction here. $35, 36 resistance now on the NASDAQ. Really would have liked to seen ES at 90, 91. That's would have been where I'd have shorted it again. Gold is trying to turn. I'm not watching gold, but let me see if I got a long on gold. Yep, I do have a long on gold. 74 to 76.5. Three minutes actually trying to turn up on gold. It may. Guys, anybody have any questions? I mean, it's basically been, again, a one-sided trade. We have not had two-sided trade yet. We really haven't had any long. I mean, there's just not. Watch these markets, 130. NASDAQ's consolidating down near this bottom. Let's see here. Dow futures down 812. S&P off, call it 100. NASDAQ off 352. Russell off 46. VIX is up 12%, just over 12.5% at 35.17 on the futures. VIX cash is up 19.5% at 39.85. No abatement in VIX futures. None. It's all I've taken. Gold has given a few more, couple winners and a loser in there. But 3 bot trades today for $1,290. And here comes the NASDAQ. Looks like we're just going to stay utterly oversold back into the lows. I still think NASDAQ comes to 172 and possibly later today into the close or overnight down to 11,000. I think the final target is going to be 10,800. Any of my trials have any questions? Some. There goes gold. Guys, I'll Show you the daily total. These are all off. That's our total, guys. 1,290. That's it. 3 bot trades. All 3 were winners. Your 3-minute gold is actually turning up. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, I know why. Duh. Why is this not? Should be showing a green arrow on the 3-minute GC. Oh, I don't have it on. Should be showing a green arrow. I've got it for all trades. I've got it set right. I don't know why it's not showing the green arrow. No, not. Yes. Yes, George. So as you may recall from your sitting in last week, this is our position analyzer. This is not included with the bot. You get a version of this. You don't get the whole thing. One winner on gold, one winner on NASDAQ on the 15 range, and one small winner on natural gas. There has been no big frame or big time frame trades. You would be short the ES on the Uniranko right now. If anybody wanted that trade, I think it's a good trade. It's right here. I don't have it on, guys. We're coming into the close. But you would be short here. I think it's a good trade, but I'm not interested. Okay, David. I'll do that when I close the room in a bit here. I hate trend days, guys. You've heard me say it a bazillion times. I hate trend days. Completely hate trend days. Guys, I'll be on Skype a little bit later. It's 11:30. I'm going to take my break. I have a couple one-on-ones, but I'll be back on Skype by 1 o'clock for my members. For my trial members, so you know what I'm talking about, we actually have a member Skype where those who wish to be in the member Skype, you're welcome, Renato. Good morning, by the way. Those that wish to be in the Skype can be added. And when we're not in the room, that could be at 1 in the afternoon. It could be at 8 o'clock at night. If we're not in the room and I see trades, I'll put them in Skype. You as well, James. You as well. But for my members, I'll be on Skype a little bit. I do have a few. I'm going to eat lunch. I do have a few one-on-ones. And then I'll be on Skype.